Hello and welcome all you beautiful souls. This is Sherry at Soul Conscious Tarot, and this is going to be our next 72-hour reading. I'm currently in Bath. I'll be here for another couple days before I head toward the Cornwall area. So we have coming out for our next 72 hours just to kick us off is the Temperance card. And then what I'm getting, let's see, what do we got with it? The Six of Cups. So what's coming through strongly is there might be something that you may have once wanted at one time, like maybe when you were growing up, when you were small, something that you once thought a lot about, had a lot of like nostalgia around, or maybe have you when you were a child, you had all these grand ideas and grand schemes of things that you wanted to do when you grew up, and or things that you were interested in, and maybe as time went on you kind of some of those things fell away, or you forgot about them, or you just never had the time and energy for them. Well, this is telling me that something that maybe you once thought was, that you once valued, that you once had interest in, that you once connected with, that you had desire around, that the time might be right to connect back around with that, or it's going to show up for us in some way over the next few next few days, where we might see something come in that either gives us that sense of nostalgia around something that we completely forgot that we had interest in, and we're like reminded that we had interest in it. So it kind of rekindles that inspiration around a certain thing. It could be a person, place, or thing. It's around something that you once had a desire for, but and you kind of it kind of faded out of you at some point. So let's see, give me two cards of clarification on this Temperance card, please. Two cards of clarification on the Temperance. So we have the Queen of Swords. So interesting enough with the Queen of Cups, two very opposing energies. And isn't that funny? Oh, look at this. I don't know if you can see this. I'm going to pull these up so you can see these better, maybe. I want you to see this because, okay, so look at this. We have on this Temperance card, she's got these two cups, the silver and the gold, which is, the moon and sun energy. But look, we have the Queen of Swords. This is all blues and silvers. And the Queen of Cups, which this is all gold. Isn't that funny? So, and so interesting. Temperance can be alchemizing something, and it can be something coming into balance too. It can also, there's so many things that Temperance can convey, but the way this is falling with those two queens on opposing sides, almost like they're representing those two cups that she's holding, it's almost like saying that something is finally coming into balance. It might be that we are finally at a point, or getting to the point here in the current energies, where we're starting to become more balanced within ourselves, as like, because those are two opposing forces. So the Queen of Swords, like, she knows how to say what she needs to say, and knows the truth, and she's ready to cut somebody off if she knows her boundaries. Okay, let me put it that way. The Queen of Swords knows her boundaries, where the Queen of Cups is this person that has loving, caring, compassionate, open heart, somebody that just gives and gives and gives. So this is telling me, this is about like learning discernment. That's what this is. It's like telling me that we know when Temperance time, Temperance, when we know when to give our love and when to hold back, when it's suitable. So we've learned to be more discerning when we give. We're willing to cut somebody off if they're not showing up in the way we want. So this is like that's kind of what I'm getting here, is is we know when to hold him and when to fold him, when to walk away and when to run. I don't know why Kenny Rogers just came through there, but that's what it's coming through as. So give me two cards on the Six of Cups. I'm very interested to see what comes out with the Six of Cups in this instance. So we have the Judgment card. Oh my gosh. Okay. A lot of crazy stuff going on here. Okay. Big energies for the 72 hours. Okay. And we have the Four of Swords. So yeah, I feel like, yeah. I apologize. I had to take a short break because I had one of the other people in the room come in. And so hopefully I know everything shifted a little bit, but let's see if I can remember where I left off. I know we just put down the clarification cards for the Six of Cups. So what I feel like here with the Judgment and the Four of Swords coming out on the Six of Cups is, I feel like there was a decision that you made, like, it's like, I feel like there's something that changed something within us, okay? And I feel like this is, with it being judgment, judgment is a decision that we've made. We've made a decision for ourselves. I think to heal something, I feel like, I really feel like I'm going to go back to what I said originally, where I feel like there's something we're getting back in touch with from our child, something that we lost interest in, or something that it's a part of us that we lost. Okay. And so I feel like there's going to be a person, place, or thing, because I'm going back to what I said originally. I feel like there's a person, place, or thing that we come in contact with within the next few days that is going to help, like, trigger, if it hasn't already, it's going to help trigger this feeling of nostalgia, of remembrance within us of something, a way that we used to be, or to get back in touch more with ourselves, with our true authentic selves of who we were, before everything happened to us, before we had these experiences. Because, we, when we're growing up, we have all these things that happen to us. We get in relationships, and those go bad. We go in and get into jobs, and we have these experiences, and through all these experiences, we come up with and have these what do I want to say, we form, like, opinions or judgments, or uh, perspectives on certain things. We look at things, it's like a lens, kind of. It's like the filter that we see the world through. So it's like the filter that we have been seeing the world through has shifted, and or it will shift if it hasn't already. I feel like I said, over the key thing here is, over the next 72 hours, I feel like a person, place, or thing is going to trigger something within us. And I don't know that I want to use it. I always feel like trigger is such a strong word. I feel like it's going to, what's a better word for me to use? It's going to invoke a feeling within us of something that we feel like we lost, and through like experiences that have happened to us, and we're going to realize, it's going to bring that realization that there's a filter in place that we've put in place because of experiences we have that's no longer serving us, that we need to adjust. We need to get rid of that filter, that it's something we picked up along the way that is keeping us from getting back in touch with our true authentic self, or our inner child. So it's basically healing that aspect in a way, and that's why the Four of Swords is coming in here, and the Judgment, because it's we're making that decision based on whatever this person, place, or thing is that invokes that feeling, that response within us. It kind of invokes or helps us make this decision, to make this shift to uh to that allows us to be able to be better at knowing when to give our love and when to hold our love. So it's allowing us to be more open and loving. It's like allowing our heart to open, but knowing that we still call the shots. Like we can, it's okay for us to give and to be compassionate and loving. Um, it's kind of like a growth. It's like a growth that's happening within us. So it's like it's helping us to be more compassionate, but know we're still able to be discerning on when it's. I feel like I'm stumbling all over the place here. I don't think I'm getting the point across very well. Hopefully I am. Hopefully you can tell me that I am, or it's making sense to you, because this is very hard for me to express. But it comes down to the fact that with whatever happens over the next 72 hours, it's just allowing us as a collective to be better at discerning when it's okay to give to a situation and when not to. Okay, so we're just getting smarter and better at that, is what I think. We're getting a little more it's almost like not quite the King of Cups, because the King of Cups can be very, and I think that's why the King of Cups didn't show up here, because it can be very guarded and reserved, where this is saying, I have all this love to give and my heart is open and I can give all this love, but I know when to give it, because the Queen of Swords, because I can get into both energies. I know how to be both, if that makes sense. So that's what it's helping us do on an individual level, is to be more open and be more in a heartfelt space, with an open heart space, but knowing that we can turn that off at any time, knowing we have the power to turn that off, or know when it's the right time to allow our heart to be open or not. It's a maturing of this, this innocence. Like before, we may have guarded our heart because something experiences happened to made us close off a little bit, and so basically that's what it's healing, something that caused us to close off, and close off that part of ourselves that was more innocent. So this is allowing us to mature that, where we're learning, hey, I can get back into that state of innocence and love that I had as a child, but now I'm mature enough to know, to protect myself. If hopefully that makes more sense. So we're learning to how to guard our heart properly, in a way that is more mature, like that's not going to uh guard us or shut our heart space down. So we're basically no longer shutting down our heart space. We're allowing our heart space to be open, but knowing that we're mature enough now that we can love fully and keep our heart space open, but know when to how to protect ourselves and protect our heart space. Hopefully that makes sense. This has been a little bit of challenging reading to kind of get across. So yeah, let me know if that makes sense to you. Hopefully it does. Hopefully I helped. This went a lot longer than I thought it would. But that's what I have for you guys over the next 72 hours. I hope this helps in some small way. Thank you for tuning in and watching. I wish you the very best. Much harmony and gratitude to you, my friends.